even way back, we go from 2000 to 2010. Spurs won 03, 05, 07. We know in 03, we can chuck that up. Yes, they beat the Lakers fair and square. But that 05 chip and the 07 chip, that's when Shaq left. That's when the Lakers were rebuilding. As soon as Kobe got one-level all-star player, the Spurs did not go back to the finals in almost 7 seasons.
When it comes down to Kobe and Tim Duncan, I think Tim Duncan is ranked ahead of him.
Cap.
We gotta stop trying Kobe. It's too many conversations around Kobe's legacy these days for my liking.
Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their faces.
So those of y'all may know, those of y'all may not know, but I did, start making basketball content on this channel because I was tired of the disrespect from the late, great Kobe Bean Bryant. So when I came across this clip, man, I had no choice but to make a video on it. I know I've been slacking on the uploads, man. I got a newborn at the crib. It's been crazy, but no excuses. We're going to get you at least a couple uploads a week now. But anyhow, man, if you haven't seen this clip, I need you to stay tuned for this clip and then stay tuned for what I got to say. Because listen, I'm going to break down why the whole Tim Duncan argument versus Kobe argument, it should happen. And I'm going to break down why Kobe is better and why these little details that y'all probably didn't think about that occurred in real life in real time, how these details make Kobe the better player as well when you think about Tim Duncan's career. So without further ado, let's get into the clip. If you guys are new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe and hit the bell. I hope I can earn your subscription, I should say, after you're watching this video. Let's do it.
When it comes down to Kobe and Tim Duncan, I think Tim Duncan is ranked ahead of him.
We gotta stop trying Kobe. It's too many conversations around Kobe's legacy these days for my liking. Like, we know who Kobe Bryant was, and this has nothing to do with Tim Duncan. I'm going on a soapbox.
Oh, here we go.
It has nothing to do with Tim Duncan. We got to stop trying Kobe's legacy, comparing him to this person, comparing him to that person. When that man was alive and well, none of this was a conversation. His legacy wasn't confused. Who he was, his iconic status, his star status, none of those things were questioned or confused. It was either he was one, he was either two, he was either three. The end. It wasn't about Tracy McGrady. It wasn't about Tim Duncan. It wasn't about any of these people. So now all of a sudden that door is open because there's nobody to defend him but his fans and us. So I'm going to step up and say, let's stop this with Kobe. Leave him alone. Leave it alone. Allow him to.
Wait, so he's better than Tim Duncan?
I think so.
Well, there it is.
What conversation have we had? What conversation have we had that Kobe Bryant hasn't? It hasn't been LeBron, Michael Jordan.
Well, you know what?
Kobe
You know
Bryant.
why the defense of that is? Because nobody ever gives Tim Duncan the proper amount of respect.
That's a
when we have
different
these
conversation. We can give Tim Duncan all the respect and love in the world without bringing Kobe Bryant into that conversation.
But if we're doing a list of the best of all time, then we have
And
to.
Kobe Bryant, on 99.8% of all of those lists, Kobe Bryant is in the top 3 of all of them.
But my point is that those lists are wrong.
If you look at the rankings of the
disrespect.
NBA players, he's not top 3 of most of the
Whose
rankings.
rankings?
Just Google top 3.
I don't want to Google it. We, for a fact, 3 basketball players sitting up here. Which one of us is not going to have
Thank
Kobe
you.
Bryant in our top 3?
Me.
That's it.
Me.
Top 3.
Top 3?
So you're
And
in
I
that
love
point-
him.
So you're in that point 2 I just talked about.
I think your numbers are wrong.
Yeah, I really can't stand some corny dude that's gonna sit there and tell me to Google something as if I pull up a list from a guy who never freaking touched basketball in his life and he just commentates on sports all the time, and we're gonna talk about his opinion, right? As his opinion matters more than the players. And you could say the same shit about me. Oh yeah, you just a YouTube dude making videos. Yeah, I am. And I base my opinion based off of my eyes, and I also base my opinion about other basketball players who played against all 3, Jordan, Kobe, and LeBron. And 99% of the time, it's Jordan and it's Kobe. It's not Jordan and LeBron. And the reason why is because the toughness, the grit, and what he brought to the game, the skill set, the mentality, and how many championships he won with less help. And it's nothing more, nothing less than that. You go see what Kobe's done from time to time, and you will completely understand why he is the better player and why he's the most skilled player that I have ever seen. And if you don't, like that or agree, that's fine. But don't bring up your argument to use Google and then have some house of highlights or Bleacher Report cornball list or some ESPN, biased list. Nah, we gonna go by the GOATs, the greats, the players who played against all three, the people who have unbiased opinions, and we're gonna go by that. So first off, Chandler Parsons is a bum. He's a waste of money. The Rockets gave him a bag of money and think he went to the Grizzlies or something. Anyhow, the dude already on the record of saying that Kevin Durant is better than Kobe Bryant. Kevin Durant himself would tell you he's not better than Kobe Bryant. Kevin Durant has said Jordan 1A, Kobe 1B, or Kobe 1A, Jordan 1B. He said it. There's a clip for it. Look.
Talking about.
That's ridiculous.
My top 5 is MJ, Kobe, easy Kobe.
Easy, number 2 ever.
Exactly.
So the Kobe Lakers era really ended the Spurs' chances of ever going back-to-back. If it wasn't for the Lakers, the Spurs probably would go back-to-back, right? Pretty fair to say. Now let's take a dive deep. 2007. What did the Spurs do? Oh, they sweep LeBron James. The next season, you know what Kobe gets? He just gets one All-Star player. And not even the All-Star of the year, but just a previous All-Star in Paul Gasol. And what does he do? Oh, he gentleman sweeps the Spurs 4-1 or 4-2 in the 2008 NBA Finals. Oh, the defending champions he beats. Interesting. Now, that 07 championship is very interesting. You know why? The Spurs don't win another championship until 7 seasons after. So we still have a prime Tim Duncan who went 7 seasons without winning another championship because the Lakers were dominating the West. And then after the Lakers, OKC started dominating the West. And then after that, there was Dallas in the mix. There was Phoenix in the mix. There was a bunch of different teams in the mix. But one team that wasn't in the mix for 7 seasons, who maybe was getting to the finals but not winning them, was the Spurs. Lost in 2013, and of course they won in 2014. But they didn't go to the finals in almost 6 seasons. 7 seasons. No pun intended. So when Kobe actually had a teammate, like an all-star level type of teammate in a Paul Gasol, the Spurs didn't go to any finals. Kobe tore his Achilles that season of 2012-13, end of the season. And ever since then the Spurs kind of making their way back. Think about that. Even way back, we go from 2000 to 2010. Spurs won 03, 05, 07. We know in 03, we can chuck that up, yes. They beat the Lakers fair and square. But that 05 chip and the 07 chip, that's when Shaq left. That's when the Lakers were rebuilding. As soon as Kobe got one level all-star player, the Spurs did not go back to the finals in almost 7 seasons. Another thing y'all not thinking about is the fact that Tim Duncan is such a great player, and I'm never taking that away from him, but he also fit a role. I'm not calling him a role player. He's a superstar player. He fit a role, meaning in the system that he played in, he could get old and still be effective and not have to be the guy that's going to have to average 25, 30 points a game for the team to win. Now, early on in his career, of course, we could look at you, hey, we need 25, Tim. Like, we can get that. But think about that last chip, right? Of course, that's what gave him 5 rings, right? And that's what has him and Kobe tied with rings. But let's look at that team. You still had a prime Tony Parker. You still had a young Kawhi Leonard. And you still had Manu Ginobili. So you still have 3 core guys. One guy who was a finals MVP. And 2 other guys who are all-time great players, Hall of Famers, right? Riddle me this. Would Kobe be able to, later in his career, play a role of Tim Duncan, where he is not the focal point because there's other great players around him that are essentially the guys, and he's just playing his role in that system, but he's not averaging 25, 30 points a game no more. He can't do that because Kobe didn't have that type of team. Tim Duncan played on a great team from the moment he's entered the NBA until the season he retired. He played on a competitive team. Let's not forget about that Kawhi Leonard injury when he got hurt when he got hurt with against Golden State. If that injury doesn't happen, I think they beat Golden State in the conference finals that year. And if you ask me, they were a better team. So Tim Duncan's career, hell, amazing. I'm never going to take that away from Tim Duncan. He's a great player. But we stop with the disrespect to Kobe because they played a whole different type of style of basketball. And everybody, like the video says top 3, and we continue to say top 3 for a reason, right? Because everybody typically has Jordan, Kobe, and, Some people have LeBron. I don't think he's a top 3 NBA player of all time, but that's usually people's top 3. Like who's better of those 3? Nobody mentions Duncan, and it's not because Tim Duncan's not good. It's not because he's not great. It's because his style of play and the way his team played, the way he contributed to the game, his demeanor, his personality, it wasn't exciting enough. He still dominated. He still was able to be a great player. But when it comes to all-time great, he is an all-time great. But is he better than Kobe Bean Bryant, skill for skill, body pound for pound? No, he's not a better complete basketball player. And that's no knock to Tim Duncan. He is a great top 10 player, top 5 player in some people's estimation. I just don't see him being a better player than Kobe. I don't think Kobe benefited from the fact that he drafted into a championship team. I don't think people realized that when Tim Duncan was drafted, that the team had hurt David Robinson, and that's how they got the first pick. And after that, I think they had like a 50-60 win team. And then they had the lowest record because he was hurt. So Kobe didn't get drafted to an amazingly good team. And then Kobe didn't have the fortune to stay healthy his whole career. And then Kobe also didn't have the fortune to be 37, 36, 38 years old, high 30s, and still have a Kawhi Leonard by his side, or a Tony Parker, or Manu Ginobili. These people are great role players, you know what I'm saying? Thiago Splitter, Boris Diaw, Danny Green, 3-and-D guys, high IQ guys that could fit in a triangle and still play with Phil. Like, they didn't have that. So you can't take that away from him. And for one, and for two, the disrespect is getting out of hand. The reason I make these videos again is because of that reason. I can't stand it. I hate it, and it just makes me sick, man. So, with that being said, what do you guys think about this video? What do you think about what Chandler Parsons had to say, and what do you think about Lou Williams? I think Lou Williams is onto something here, and I'm not gonna lie. The disrespect is getting out of hand. So, if you're new to the channel, you know what time it is. Let's do this.